This is Brick Wall Cinema with your host, Chance the Riot. And on today's episode, we will be talking about Five Nights at Freddy's. Welcome to Brick Wall Cinema. This is Chance the Riot, and today I have two special guests.
Noise.
And
hello, I'm Sergio, and I'll be guest on this podcast.
Very formal, man. Very formal. Cool. All right.
Professional, right?
Very professional. I admire that. Noise want to back it up?
Nah, I'm chilling.
All right. And today's episode, we're talking about Five Nights at Freddy's, the 2023 movie from Emma to Me, based off of the famous internet game Five Nights at Freddy's. The synopsis for the movie is: a troubled security guard begins working at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. During his first night of the job, he realizes that the night shift won't be so easy to get through. Pretty soon, he will unveil what actually happened at Freddy Fazbear's.
Yeah, that's true. Pretty straightforward. Pretty sure.
Yeah, thanks. So let's start off with first impressions. Noise, you want to start off?
I obviously loved the movie, of course.
Obviously, because we all knew that you loved the movie before the movie started. we just met you, but yeah, obviously, okay.
I liked the movies because I played the games and I grew up with the games. So it felt more important to me than, I guess, the average person.
Well said, well said. And what about you, Sergio?
Me, I honestly really loved the movie. I did not grow up with the games. My cousins and some of my other friends who played the games, I was very terrified of the games because I cannot handle horror all that well. But I did grow up learning about the story and the lore behind each of the games and the franchise. And as the franchise grew, so did the lore, and that interested me a lot. So when I first saw this movie, I first heard about it, but it was going through like production heck. Oh, really, pretty much, kind of like Percy Jackson, where like it just kept getting delayed and canceled and picked up by another place. So to have it come out, and when I first saw it, it actually felt really good. It didn't feel like a bunch of jumbled up mesh. It felt like one congruent story, even though like there are some like it does feel very very like straightforward, I guess, because like of how ambiguous the story for the games and the books all are. So it's like it felt like there was a real good chance to actually make a story behind all this stuff in the franchise.
Like, didn't it feel like... Okay, so like all the games and the books and the movie all feel like they're in their own separate thing. They're kind of like somewhat connected, but like vaguely.
Oh yeah, the creator mentioned that actually. He said like the games and the books are their separate universes. It's just that the books are just used to confirm what is canon, like what can happen inside the story and what has happened in the story.
I'll start from my first impressions then. I hated this movie. I'm sorry. I got two people looking really mad at me right now. And I'm not a big fan of the game. I mean, I knew about it. I just never really cared to play any more than like a few minutes of it. Not because I was scared, just because it was boring. And this movie felt boring. I'm not a big fan of horror anyways. So me watching this movie based off a horror game, I can see why people like it when it came out, but it felt more like fan service for the fans than it did for general audiences that might not be familiar with the game as much.
Well, yeah, but couldn't you say the same thing about like Super Mario? Like the movie that just came out. A lot of people didn't like, let's say the current generation. Not a lot of them knew most of the references in the like movie, but it was still fun.
Well, yeah, because they had humor and jokes in it too. It's gonna be hard for me to say because I am a big fan of Mario. I'm a Nintendo guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Game Boy.
Oh god.
Yeah, I went there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with Mario, it was it's been out for over 40 years. So that's not really a comparison to something that came out like 10 years ago.
10 years is still a lot of years, though.
It is a lot of years, but it's a different type of recognition. It's internet. Five Nights at Freddy's, it is internet famous, but it's not worldwide famous, if you know what I mean.
Doesn't like FNAF have like millions of people?
Yeah, millions of internet. You know, I calculate that through the internet. Internet fans.
You know, it's not It's not just in the United States that it's famous, right?
I know.
It's famous everywhere across the world. Like,
I'm not doubting that it's famous across the world. I'm just saying that it's not even on the same level. I mean, you can compare it to this Universal game that came out, a movie from Universal that's based off a video game from over 10 years ago. Yeah, you could say that, like Mario, but it's not on the same level. Same budget-wise, actor-wise.
It's an indie game.
This felt like an indie movie.
Oh.
It was based off the game, which has an indie film because it's very minimal.
Like, even the director said, and I quote, it's a movie for the fans.
But that doesn't mean it should be exclusively for the fans, though. It should try to be more broad, because how do I phrase this? When you make an adaptation, you try to adapt it to another source material that makes it easier for other people to grab onto it. And you can't only say it's for the fans. I'm sorry?
Other people will grab onto it because it is a movie. Movies attract all kinds of people, whether people are familiar with a franchise or not. That's also why some people might not like this, like how you did, but people will see it. That's the whole point of having a film. It reaches a wider audience than anything else could because of how enticing the theater is. But if you're talking about like making it broader for an audience, what exactly do you mean by that? Can you elaborate?
By that I mean like it tried to breach the line between nods to the audience, to everyone knows, like the fans that they know, and also trying to make it to where it be easy for someone like me, where I only know very little of it, and watching it. It's like I understood the movie, it just didn't gravitate towards me the way it did for everyone else.
Well, I would
Couldn't
say
that just be about the film itself?
I'm sorry?
Couldn't that just be about the film itself? Like the story is not interesting to you?
No, the premise is a cool idea. I just thought that it's pretty meh. I mean, I don't say what you will about me, but I don't want to see a movie about this guy that's very narcoleptic trying to go to sleep to find some case about his missing brother. That seemed pretty boring to me. The execution was pretty boring to that. You gotta admit that.
Not particularly. I think it went really well, and it expanded upon a character that we didn't necessarily know anything about in the games. We just vaguely know of his name.
So he was in the game?
Yes, he was one of the night guards.
Okay.
I forgot which game. Was it FNAF?
I think it was some of the first games, yeah, because there was a guy named Mike Schmidt.
Yeah. Like, in one of the games, you play as Mike Schmidt. And in, like, some of the games, the name changes every single time. You're playing a different person at a different location. But he was a character that we didn't necessarily know anything about, other than the fact that we were playing as him. So they gave him a backstory, they gave him a family, all this other stuff that we didn't know. So it made it its own thing, arguably.
Let's make this clear. I'm not judging any of you or anyone that liked this movie about this. I'm just saying how I feel about this. I thought with the budget they have, they did a great job with it. They did a. I'm not gonna say. I should rephrase that. With the budget that they were given, they did the best that they could with it. But then, like, it's a low budget. It's a Blumhouse movie, so it's like around $5 million, I believe. Like, let me check.
I think it was beautifully executed, but that could just be me. Obviously, every movie has its caveats. Not every movie is going to be absolutely fantastic, a 10 out of 10 for every single person. It depends on your tastes.
Yeah, my taste.
But I also think that the studio didn't want to spend too much money on this movie because of how long it's actually been in production.
Yeah, because
you gotta remember this movie has been teased and has been teased that it's been coming out for a long time. Was in the works, but then kept getting dropped because people weren't really sure how to go through with it until recently when they actually started to finish the film.
Yeah, and like COVID happened and all the other stuff, so it was put on the back burner. A lot of things were put on the back burner.
It was trying to be made before COVID, though, like through Warner Brothers. The only thing constant, I believe, was Jason Blum producing it.
Changes happen.
Yeah.
It was hard. It's hard to do adaptations of anything, pretty much. They usually have trouble.
I pulled up the reviews for the movie, like the ratings for my Rotten Tomatoes. For the critics, it got 32%, and the audience got 87%. I guess I'm siding more with the critics on this one. I can say that there are good things in the movie. I do like some things in it. Like, I like the animatronics. Jim Henson's Creature Shop did animatronic effects, and they look amazing in it. I like Josh Hutcherson in it. I don't really like his character, but I like his acting in it. And I like Matthew Lillard, even though he's basically playing the same role he did in Scream.
He does his job well. If it ain't broke, you don't gotta fix it.
If it ain't broke, then why are you trying to fix it again? Like, trying to make it.
I just kind of very much like the way it ended a lot. Because it's vague.
Because they think they're gonna get a sequel.
I just like the idea of it being vague. Like, the whole situation with, like, the kids.
It fits well into the universe of and the tone of overall Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, how the games are very vague, very open-ended. You can pretty much make tons of theories about it, which is actually why some of us, people like me who don't usually play the games because they're not into the horror, but we like the lore and the story. Like YouTubers like MatPat, the creator of like Game Theory, basically built his entire channel around this franchise, making tons of videos that everyone loves to watch. And I loved watching them because I loved learning about these stories and little details that were hidden by the creators. Little Easter eggs put here and there in almost every ounce of anything that came out that was Freddy. Like the coloring book, the novels, and the games, and the spin-off books, all those stuff. All of that was just great to hear about and listen to as the lore expanded and the franchise grew bigger.
Also, speaking of MatPat, the fact that he showed up was fantastic. And the fact that him and Corey both showed up. Like, that was absolutely amazing. I enjoyed every second of that. Like, the entire audience, like, just was instantly excited when they saw MatPat.
Who was Corey?
The dude that was the taxi driver.
Oh, okay. The one that had the post-credit scene that had made those... that
with
pointless.
Balloon Boy. Ugh, me and my homies hate BB.
So what the frick was Balloon Boy in the movie?
Okay, Balloon Boy is the worst animatronic ever in the history of ever. I hate him so much. He's the worst.
He's a little shit.
He sucks so bad.
Does he move?
Actually, arguably JJ's worse.
Who's JJ?
No, hang on. Let me explain this. Balloon Boy doesn't actually do anything besides be a major annoyance in the gameplay because he makes your like whole thing inconvenient. His whole purpose is to be inconvenient.
He is just an inconvenience.
He appears in the room and prevents you from turning on the lights, and it just scares you. But it just stands there and does nothing, but be a major inconvenience. That's about it.
Yeah, and you need lights and stuff to get rid of some of the animatronics. So he's basically helpful for the animatronics and inconvenience to you. But in Ultimate Custom Night, is her name JJ?
I don't know. Why are you asking me?
It's like, cause she does this whole thing. She sings a little song about how unfortunate and that she's gonna do a sneaky thing, and she throws a random animatronic in the building with you that you have no idea how to fix, and you usually die by that animatronic.
Is JJ it's like an animal that's an animatronic?
It's a female. Yeah, it's a female version of Balloon Boy, basically.
They're like siblings or whatever.
Why is one called Balloon Boy and the other one named JJ?
I don't know, man.
It's like they try to come up with a different name.
It's like me being named Human Man and the other one named Beyonce. Like that's how do you correlate those two? I don't see anything connected to.
Human Man. My boy, Human Man. My name Beyonce.
I can see like a dumb rapper actually just doing that, saying like, "Yo, what's up? It's DJ Human Man." Coming on the scene.
Human Man.
Yo, my name is DJ Meat Man. I deliver the meat in the beats.
That reminds me of this Vine where this guy is like, "Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy, Skinny." He says he's Skinny.
It's so excitedly. It's your boy, Skinny, and that's the way he says it. He's so excited. It's so.
He's so excited.
He's so happy.
Yes.
He's so happy.
I'm so excited.
Okay, now we're gonna get copyright claim. Thanks, Sergio. You're gonna get copyright because you're too good.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the characters.
Yeah, let's talk about the characters.
Which character was your favorite? If you had to choose one.
My favorite character?
Mm-hmm.
Are you asking me?
No, me, Sergio. Shut up.
All right, you gotta be more specific, because you're talking to two different people.
Chance. Which one is your favorite?
Matthew Lillard.
Okay.
I don't know his name.
William Afton?
Yeah, him. Yeah, that guy.
You would.
The guy in the bunny
It's really a
suit.
big reveal of the they say his name directly. It's meant to be a huge Easter egg to everyone who's played the games and knows the story.
Yeah, everyone around me like, oh, and I'm like, what the f is going on over here?
He's in the golden bunny suit. He's doing bunny things.
I just like the actor. I like Shaggy. Sue me.
He's not Shaggy in this one.
Oh, he's a monster in a kid in a hat and mask.
Chance,
what, Sergio?
Did you see the short video of Shaggy turning into Springtrap on YouTube? It's like, are you challenging me? Then he turns, does the string, in the live action movie, and he says, like Zoe Scoob, I guess I'm the killer now.
Yeah.
And transitions into the bunny suit. You should see it. It's hilarious.
Zoe Scoob, I'm the man behind the slaughter.
Yeah, he said like, "Are you challenging me?" And transitions into the bunny suit when he makes the entrance. He's like, "Oh, Zoink Scoop, looks like I'm the killer now."
Like Zoink Scoop, I'm like the killer now.
Oh God.
He says it's exactly like that. You guys should see it. It's hilarious.
Yeah. All right, let me see if I can pull it up.
Okay, character I disliked the most in the movie, Abby. Namely because she was like the textbook person in every single horror movie.
As in like child?
Yeah, because she was just like, I'm drawing mysterious figures that are gonna show up later in the movie. And then proceeded to go. Okay, she basically got in the car with, like, she got in the white van because the guy said they had candy.
Oh, you're talking about the little girl?
Yes.
Oh, that little shit.
She was like,
you forgot her name, didn't you?
No, I knew who you were talking about. The little girl.
Like, pretty much the entire movie is her being prompted by the animatronics with candy.
Oh, that's what I got a question about. So later in the movie, there was a scene where like Freddy Fazbear's in the house taking her there.
No, that was Golden Freddy.
That's not Freddy
Fazbear. Of course, Golden Freddy. How the f did I forget about Golden Freddy?
It was Golden
Freddy.
How do you?
Okay, it is Freddy Fazbear. It's just that everyone in the fan base refers to it as Golden Freddy because it's an older animatronic. Like
yeah, it was like one of the original ones.
That's the Springtrap.
Of course.
They're gold. They're different.
It wasn't gold. He was brown.
He was gold.
Bullshit.
Paying attention to the lighting.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention to the lighting. I was busy looking like, what the f*** is going on?
You're a cinematic man. Pay attention to the light.
I am a cinematic man. I'm the host. I'm the one watching it.
He had a single blue eye, and then the other guy had both eyes.
Right? How did I miss a single blue eye in that animatronic?
He didn't even have an eyeball most of the time.
That's my one thing I missed was a big blue eye.
Actually, to point something out, like in the makings of the game, the creator Scott, he actually made the eyes different on purpose to indicate which soul was in which animatronic. Like how during the sister location, Baby originally had blue eyes, and then changed to green when she killed the little girl.
The old claw machine. Oh, my favorite.
Okay, I pulled it up.
That stuff was terrifying for me.
The scream was awful.
Okay. Is this it, Sergio?
Let's see.
Are you challenging me?
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh God.
Amazing.
Beautiful. Cinema.
Yeah.
Cinema.
It's really good transition too.
They actually
like a bunch
did
of other videos on about it.
Man.
Oh, but
so Goldie is the one that enticed the little girl into the van. That's what that was.
Okay.
But
sure.
my main issue is why? Okay, if you are hearing ghost children as a child, if you are hearing the disembodied sounds of other children, why are you not telling a trusted adult?
So you asking what?
She doesn't actually hear the children. She actually just sees the animatronics and they play with her. They get her to trust them because they play with her as she's with her brother at this job. And they basically like just don't do anything to hurt her. They just play around.
That was the worst.
So as a child, I thought she would just not like they're my friends. They're not gonna hurt me. So when another one comes out that looks exactly like her friend Freddy, she mistakes it as Freddy for the first time. Then the child says, "This is not Freddy. There's someone different." And then she says, like, "We're gonna go have some fun." Well, of course, like mostly kids who trust them would actually do that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like I was a little more forthcoming as a child. I feel like I would have told a trusted adult, being like, "Okay, I'm gonna go hang out with."
You're gonna tell trusted
my
adult that you see dead people.
friends.
But she has no trusted adults though. The only one there was her like smoking aunt that was dead.
Smoking aunt was dead.
Let me backtrack here. So you say you're gonna tell an adult that you see dead people and hope that they believe you.
No, yes, she needed medication.
I'm not saying she didn't need medication. I'm just saying.
She didn't need medication. They already did tests on that.
Oh God.
Yeah, the teacher at the beginning of the movie said like she's not troubled or anything like that. She just has trouble communicating.
So this is why she draws all the time
to communicate her thoughts.
Well, she's not normal.
She was like run-of-the-mill elementary school child. I think she was elementary aged. I don't know.
I mean, I did this when I was younger.
You drew dead people?
You drew dead people?
So you're concerned.
I communicated mostly did drawings.
I also did drawings.
I did too. We're all a couple of drawing nerds. Yeah.
That's why I'm an artist now. That happened to me.
Yeah, most of the people who are antisocial anyways. Well, I was anyway.
Wow, fuck you too, man. Just call us antisocial?
I actually was a very bubbly child.
Me too.
I had quite a lot of friends, actually.
I'm very lively and social.
I'm very lively.
Yeah, I go out to the town.
Why you guys don't understand? I know this is why you guys don't really understand this kind of train of thought, because you guys are not antisocial.
I thought you were gonna be like, this is why you guys will never understand me.
God, you don't understand.
Back in the class.
Mom,
you never do. You never listen to me.
Tonight be the night.
We're gonna get blocked because of this, Aaliyah.
They won't know.
Anyways.
It's fine.
All right, so
my
you'll ask.
Character. What?
Go ahead.
My favorite character, I believe. I'm not exactly sure. It's a toss-up between Mike and the blonde kid, who I don't know what they named it as because they never explicitly told it, except for in the credits. But I did like the inclusion of the blonde character for Golden Freddy, because it reminded me a lot of this Easter egg for Cassidy, which was like the vengeful spirit that kept Afton alive.
Yeah, the Cassidy Easter egg.
Try and torture him.
God.
Oh, the Cassidy.
Yeah, it was a Easter. In the game, it's called Cassidy, but in this universe, I'm not really sure what they're calling because they changed it a bunch, because it's revealed that Golden Freddy actually has more than one soul trapped inside of him.
Yeah, it was supposed to be
in the games anyway, and it was just really interesting to see it portrayed this way, like as the one kid who communicates to Mike and talks directly to Abby. That it's this really vengeful kid who is so angry that he died so early in his life, and takes it out by making sure that Afton is still alive to, like, sense all the pain he's in from the spring locks.
Pretty much, like, some of the voice lines basically were just like, you won't die, stuff like that.
You won't die.
It's like,
oh yeah, there's a bunch of Easter eggs about it too in like what was it called, the
Ultimate Custom Night.
Yes,
that's the name of the game.
Yeah, the game is Ultimate Custom Night.
Find out the phrase Ultimate Custom Night.
Yeah, that's the full title.
Yeah, after each death you get like a voice line from one of the animatronics,
like,
and
depending on who
some of them are
you.
Easter eggs about certain things.
Yeah, cause like I think it was Circus Babies it's either Circus Baby or Charlie.
Oh.
Was just like, you won't die, but you wish you could.
Who's Circus Baby? I gotta ask.
Okay, so she is like a red and white clown.
The clown with the twin tails.
She's very pretty. Arguably, like, if out of all the animatronics, if I had to be killed by one of them, she'd be cool. Arguably.
Right now, that brings up a question I want to know about all of you. If you had to be killed by one of the animatronics, who would it be? Noise, you want to go first?
I mean, I'd probably have to go with one of the originals, one of my favorites, Foxy, because he's very fast, so it would be over very fast.
Foxy's fast.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah, Foxy has
Foxy has the thing where he just sprints down the hallway and he jumps at you and just does it really quickly. So I just thought that would be the quickest death.
Yeah, because like in FNAF 1, you have to like keep an eye on Pirate
Curtains.
Cove. And if you don't keep an eye on Pirate Cove, you check it, and he is sprinting down the hallway, and just very gently leans in and screams, and then you die. Mostly the other ones, like, jump scare you. It's not really a jump scare. He just kind of leans in, like, asking if you want pizza, basically. But FNAF 2, however, yeah, he full-on jumps at you. Like, you... Am I allowed to make this reference?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
So, you know the recent video of that guy jumping at the judge?
Like that.
But he looks exactly like that. That is how he jumps at you.
Okay.
He just kind of... He gets airtime. It is fantastic. He jumps across the desk and everything. Yeah. Impressive. It's impressive.
Well, I'm gonna go with the only one I know the other name for, Chica.
You would like Chica.
Well, when I first saw him in the movie, I'm like, oh, Ducky.
She's a chicken!
As you both said in the fucking theater.
Chica the chicken!
Yeah, but you're not the first one to actually make that mistake. I've heard like others refer to Chica as Duck.
Oh,
Duck
yeah,
Duck.
Like Ducky or like... Yes. It's this YouTuber called Cupquake where she didn't know the name that or if it was chicken, she just called her Duck.
Oh, I feel so much better now saying Ducky. Jesus.
When you say Ducky, I just think of like Ducky from the Land Before Time.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't know if is Freddy anyone's favorite animatronic? I don't think so.
He's
I
a
actually
Mickey
do. I actually
He's
do
a
like
Mickey
Freddy.
Mouse.
He's my favorite. Actually, Freddy is my favorite.
Oh.
Wow, you just called him out, Noise. How do you feel about that, Sergio?
It doesn't bother me. I honestly don't care anymore because the whole fan base has gone really out of control. So anyone has so many people have different opinions that it doesn't really matter anymore.
Yeah, it's just kind of like personal preference. I like Foxy just because like he's a pirate and I think that's cool, and he's a fox and I like Foxy.
Foxy's a pirate?
Yeah, he's a pirate.
He has like a hook.
Oh my god!
You did not get that until now.
Did I not get the fox with the pirate? No, I did not get that. I did not get the animatronic fox with the pirate.
Foxy the pirate.
It didn't say the pirate in the movie.
The way
he
he laughs, it's like
Cove.
a sea shanty kind of vibe, right?
Oh, a sea shanty vibe from a non-talking pirate animatronic.
He does talk sometimes.
Not in the movie.
Not in the movie, obviously. But like when he's coming down the hallway, just a dub, kind of like that. Just vibes. He's a very vibey dude.
Very vibey dude that could sprint across the whole fucking hall and jump across a desk.
I guess he's just given more character than the other animatronics, where they're just plain animatronics. Where this one, he's like a bit more personality because he has a voice before anyone else.
Yeah, he kind of is more. He gives more sentient than the rest of them. Like all of them are capable of speech and stuff like that, but he feels more sentient. I don't know. Maybe
like he feels more unique because of the noises and also because of the fact that his character is not just a anthropomorphic fox. He's a pirate, which gives him more character.
Yeah, and like in some of the more recent games, they have like little cameos of him showing off his more pirate like likeness and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe it's that.
Oh yeah, that was actually referenced in one of the books too, where it showed like a Foxy did this little song where you can be a pirate too, but first you have to lose an eye and an arm. It was supposed to be like this hypnotic effect on this kid where he constantly got injured on his arm and his eye.
Oh,
you good?
Because
yeah,
why not?
it's yeah, it's in the books. You guys gotta read the books because like it gives like a lot of stuff that actually is pretty canon to the main universe, but it is pretty interesting.
I mainly just listen
or
to
if
the
you don't want to read the books, then you can pretty much like look at all of this on Game Theory. Everything is on there.
Yeah, I love MatPat.
You know he's gone now.
I know.
Oh yeah, he went to go spend time with his family.
I cried about it.
There's this whole like thing. There's all kinds of videos about saying goodbye to MatPat. There's this one where MatPat is Oogway and the internet is just Shifu and he's saying goodbye. It's kind of heartbreaking but funny at the same time. I just love it.
It feels like the final flag of just like your childhood is over. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. It's over. Bye bye. That's what it feels like. But I don't know. He deserves to spend time with his family. He has like a whole baby.
A whole baby, not like a half baby.
He has like a whole baby now.
Yeah, he's a quarter baby, and now he has a full baby.
That was its own shock. The fact that I was like, oh my god, he has a whole baby.
Like a 3/4 of a baby. Like, what do you mean by that?
He's a baby.
Yeah. Although I believe you. Interested into seeing like how the channel will progress with the new people in charge with the rest of the film theory, because like the whole channel is built upon MatPat being like the face of the franchise. So I'm wondering how it's gonna go forward with this. Because I have no doubt that they will pretty much do a pretty good job because they've been behind the scenes doing all this stuff. But I'm wondering who's gonna be like the new face of it because like MatPat's gonna be like busy with his family.
Yeah, because he said he's doing 9 more theories and then he leaves in like May. It's either May or March. But he's like, yeah, 9 more theories and then I'm done. And he's like, I'll still be helping in the background, but I'm just not gonna be the face anymore because I got people to take care of, which is honestly very respectable. I respect that man.
I don't know shit about MatPat.
I know, we both know, because you know nothing about YouTube, or you don't even go on the internet anymore.
I know enough about... Excuse me, sir. I know enough about YouTube to have my own YouTube channel called Brick Wall Cinema.
You know how it works. You don't know about
great segue.
We can tell you...
Great.
What?
That's a great segue.
Several other YouTubers... We could tell you about several other YouTubers, and you would have no idea who they are.
I bet you could.
Corey
it's a big place.
Kinchin.
That's a low blow. We just talked about him.
Okay, and I want to go back to him. He showed up in the movie, and
I remember.
Cool. That was cool.
Originally, they were gonna have like Markiplier, but he was busy on a different movie.
Yeah, he's doing his movie, right?
I think so. I haven't heard anything about that though.
Yeah, he's making a movie. It's about what's the?
You brought it up. How do you not know?
It's about the submarine. Iron Lung. He's doing Iron Lung right now.
Iron Lung.
Yeah, it's about the game itself. It's a movie based off a game, basically.
Oh. Okay.
And he's gonna play the main guy in it.
Is it like a big movie or like a low budget, like a YouTube movie?
It's Markiplier.
That's not an answer, Leah. That's not a fucking answer.
Markiplier does do big budget stuff, but mostly for YouTube. It's gonna be low budget compared to movies, but I think it's gonna be big budget compared to stuff he does on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah, honestly.
Okay, I can live with that.
But
I mean, like, he's done stuff like acting like that before. He like did his own like game where he was like on a spaceship and that kind of stuff. It's Lost in, what was it called?
Lost in Space.
I forgot what it was called.
Or Into Space.
Lost in Space, yeah. Into Space, yeah. It was something about space, but he does like act in that like a game because it's like just recordings of like him and like space crew in space.
Which honestly, as always, he pops off. But back to the movie.
Just letting you two talk like, okay, sure. Let's keep this going.
Vanessa, how did we feel about her like redemption? Her getting stabbed and all that.
She had my favorite line in the whole movie.
What was the favorite line?
If you come back to this place, I'll fucking shoot you.
Yes, we should. We love a baddie. It's like the fact that he like stabbed his own child. Like, how do you stab a child you helped produce? That's wild to me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just to prove how crazy he is. Like, he's done it before. He would do it with
he's like, I'd do it again.
He just like give a shit.
I mean, it's like, and the fact that she knew the entire time, but like, how are you a cop? Like, she didn't try and help at all until she was like, actually, I kind of feel a little bad now. Maybe I should do something.
Well, to be fair, his town seems really deserted, so I think they didn't really have that much of this criteria. You just need a bare minimum.
All this happened when she was a kid, so she couldn't really do anything about that. And as we saw before, she is deeply traumatized and is really afraid to go against her father. It isn't until like later when he actually hires a security guard to guard the place where she actually gets the courage to actually do the right thing. That's after she became a cop.
That's valid.
Because all this stuff that happened that her father did all happened before she was a cop and when she was just a little girl. Because all that stuff happened when they were like back in the day. It was like before this place closed down.
And now it's closed, but we still need to protect it. I swear.
Yeah.
I think the animatronics would have done a good enough job at protecting it. I don't think they really needed a security guard.
No, they didn't bring him there to protect it. Brought it there because they just wanted to make sure that no one trashes the place, because you know how vandals are. Also because he wanted to kill him.
Speaking of the vandals, the fact that all of them got murked was hilarious.
Oh yeah, but they got PG-13 to death. To where we just see him off screen getting killed.
Oh yeah, but like that's pretty much like kind of a commonplace with like the games. Actually, all the kills happen off screen. They don't really happen on screen.
Yeah, they don't show you that they're dead. They just show you. You just kind of vaguely know that someone's dead. Like, Circus Baby when she kills the little. Well, as far as I'm aware, Elizabeth. When she like kills Elizabeth, she just kind of gets clawed, and you hear her scream, and then the screen goes black. You don't know if she died, but it's implied because her eyes changed the color of the little girl's. So now she's possessed.
Okay.
So it
also happens with like there's also like the crying child, where like he gets bit. Yeah, what was the bite of 87 or was it
was
the bite
either
of...
87 or 83, and we're not gonna do that argument. It's one of them.
Okay. Alright. So the crying child, he does get bitten, and it's implied that he's dead. But other games and the theorist channels have also theorized that he actually didn't die right away. Because like I believe it was FNAF 3, where like they're in the house and you see the nightmares.
That's FNAF 4.
That's thought to be like FNAF 4. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That it's thought that is like the crying child, but like going in and out of consciousness as he's dreaming of like the animatronics that gave him nightmares when he was little. Because like it's shown like in the mini games that the crying child actually does like Five Nights at Freddy's, but he's aware of what's happening inside Five Nights at Freddy's. That William Afton is the killer, that his friends are all being killed, and then he has like very scared of the place. That's why his brother teases him about it, and it's also why mask. Like he is like afraid of it, even though he has like the toys in the corner of his room.
Yeah, and it also kind of hints at it even more because like on the table, like you have to use a flashlight to go throughout the house and stuff, like not through the entire house but the room.
Yeah. Like
flashing it down the hallway and stuff to try and keep the animatronics away. But like when you turn towards your bed, because the Freddles.
What are the Freddles?
The Freddles are like tiny little nightmare crotch goblins.
Crotch goblins
that are minor.
Just tiny Freddies.
They're tiny Freddies with a lot of teeth, and they literally vibrate in rage.
Ew.
And there's like a bunch of them. I think if you get up to 4 before flashing light, like Freddy shows up and kills you. But when you turn to look at the bed on the side table, you'll see like hospital supplies. So it's kind of implied.
These are like very small details that the creator has put around, like sprinkled all over the franchise. So it's really hard to find these. This is why the Theorist channel became so popular, because people could find all these little things that they missed throughout the games and the books and the movie. It's all really interesting. This is why why a lot of us like got so interested in this story.
It's like some stuff in the movie would make more sense if you did play the games, but some of the stuff, it's like so vague that even if you did play the games, you wouldn't know.
Well, but like most of us don't have time to play all the games to catch up.
I mean, yeah, but you don't
have to play the games.
If we're comparing it to Mario is so simple, saying, "Oh yeah, we wake up, we don't know where we are, but we're gonna go from jump. We're gonna jump on this Goomba. We're gonna go jump, hit a block, done. Next level."
Well, like right now, aren't they making like a Legend of Zelda movie right now?
Yeah.
The Legend of Zelda timeline makes no sense.
Well, we're not talking about timelines.
We are talking about timelines.
No, that doesn't count.
It makes no sense. Just like how the FNAF timeline barely makes sense.
Okay, good. Yeah,
actually, I think that's the whole point of the Legend of Zelda. Because the whole point of the Legend of Zelda is that they just reincarnate into different times throughout the world.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly why.
Uh-huh.
I know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Also, but like if you're talking about timelines, then you're probably talking about the other games of Mario, in which case the timeline doesn't really make much sense besides like loosely put together.
We're not.
It's like I think it's
all the
like
games
that with all games. Like the timelines are kind of loose, just so you don't have to play them in a specific order.
All old games are not sequiturs where you can just play anyone you want to.
Man, we like some of them have like some things vaguely having to do with the other ones, just being like, this is the same guy from that other one. However, it has nothing to do with the other one.
Hey, it's Mario. Now he's paper. Don't question it.
He's paper.
He's an RPG. Don't question it. Let's go.
Hey, look, it's Mario, but now he's an. Look, it's Mario, but now he's an elephant. Don't question it.
It's Mario, but now he's driving.
He's Mario. Now he's a dinosaur. And now he's a car. And now he's a rock.
It's Yoshi.
Yeah, see, you get it. And then Zelda's like,
have you seen some of the new? Have you seen like the new game, the new Mario game, where it's just like a kind of like a big fever dream because all the piranha plants start singing.
I want to play that so bad.
So much.
I might even do a stream about it on Twitch at Brickwall Cinema. Great segue.
Stop shamelessly plugging.
I'm not shameless. It's not shameless. I don't care. I need the recognition. I need the publicity.
Good.
Yeah. So let's wrap this up. We have to give our ratings for out of 5 stars. We have to choose between them. I'll start first. I gave this 2 out of 5. And I thought that was
big surprise.
Let me just hear me out. Hold on.
You already explained what you didn't like about the movie. But I don't know what else you need to explain.
I need to summarize. It's not.
Okay, then summarize.
Trying to, but you keep on interrupting me when I'm trying to talk. Will you let a brother speak?
No, this is content. This is what they came from.
So I gave it 2 out of 5.
What you wanted.
Jesus. Oh my God. I gave it.
Continue. Is there a delay?
No, I was about to speak. We just fucking interrupted me.
All right. I'll stop.
We can't be doing this bit so many times. We have a limit. Okay. I gave it 2 out of 5 because I thought that although the animatronics are really good, I thought the story is pretty weak based off what you told me about the main games, and I feel like it was more towards the fans than the general public. And I can't do anything about me not knowing at the time because I have a life. I have busy doing things.
You're able to pick up on the references in Mario.
True.
That game's over 50 fucking years old. They have cartoons. They have multiple cartoons. They have songs. We're the Mario Brothers, and plumbing's our game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. If you think he's in trouble, we can call him on a double.
Too. FNAF has songs too. They have quite a lot of songs, actually. Even the end credit song was a fan song.
I like that one. I like that they put that in. I'll admit that. I like that song.
It's a really good nod to the fans. So Noise, give it a 4.5 out of 5 because I am a very loving fan of the franchise. That's coming from me specifically, my opinion, because I do like how it was executed. I do like the fact that it had like a reoccurring element into it, but it wasn't tiring. I like that every single dream he had was different than the last one, even to the point where it was confusing him. But that's my opinion.
Okay, and Sergio, you're gonna wrap this up.
All right, I gave it a 4 out of 5, mostly because like I can see how some people would actually be kind of bored with this, but I personally loved it a lot because of all the references to like the fan base and also the people who've grown up with the franchise. It was very well done considering like what I heard about it, like how it kept getting delayed and taken down. And honestly, I liked this was like the only horror movie I saw in theaters that did not scare the heck out of me, where I could appreciate so much about it. For me, it was like I could appreciate everything about the movie, and even though it did freak me out a lot, I just was able to truly appreciate what was happening on screen.
Yeah.
I admire the attempt. I'll say that.
I like that it wasn't like overly scary. Like the games aren't necessarily like the scare factor of the games isn't because you're getting jump scared and stuff. It's the anticipation of waiting for the jump scare, hoping that you don't get a jump scare. You're waiting on the clock. Like, you are waiting till 6 a.m. That is your main goal. And if you don't get to 6 a.m., you have to redo the night all over again. That was the aspect that they kind of alluded to, which I enjoyed.
Also, one more thing. I felt like with this movie, it didn't give the relief like from the games, like the ending. Like I know how the game plays. I saw gameplay for it. Like the relief that you made it to the last day. It didn't feel like it was earned in this one. Really, I feel like it just happened.
Yeah, but
yeah, because in the games it's all about surviving the night, whereas this one it's more. There's a story behind it, and there's a motive to actually going back to Freddy's, where it's not just surviving the night.
Yeah, because in the games you're going back for a paycheck, which I wouldn't have gone after the first night. Like, why are you going back? Like,
you going?
Pay is not that good.
That ain't worth it.
You going?
It's never worth it. It's never worth it.
You going? There's a rat. Fuck this. I'm out of here.
Honestly, but they pay you like what, $100 for 5 nights? What is it? Is not worth it whatsoever.
You go in here. Oh, fuck this later.
Like, how are you seeing dead ghost children? You're over here finding out like all these dead bodies and stuff like that, and you're over here just like,
well, they won't fuck with me. I'm dead. They're dead already. What are they gonna do to me?
I did see that animatronic sprint across my camera. However, my $100. I just no.
Yeah, well, there are dead people, but I do need the moolah.
It's like
at least in the movie they gave a reason to why he's coming back every night.
Like it's worth it because like he has a reason. He's trying to figure things out. He needs to find his brother. Like the whole dream theory and stuff like that. I also do like that element. It's like,
oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, because he was just like, the quote was, anything that you've seen before, you can access it through your dreams. Because like it's perfectly photographed memory in your head. That's cool. That's a cool aspect.
Was that in the game?
No, they just added it to the movie, which is why I mean by like there are certain aspects in the movie that aren't in the games, which is why it's its own separate thing.
Okay.
I just.
Vanessa is actually in the games too, but she's a different character.
Yep, like Vanessa is in like.
Was she one of the security guards?
fnaf.
No, yeah, in the security breach.
Yeah, she's in security breach.
Yeah, she's a security guard.
Okay,
and
so I guess it's
theorized that she's a murderer.
Yeah, but in that one, it's sort of like implied that she is like either if she is the killer, then she is possessed by Springtrap, who has taken on like a sort of way to control other people's bodies by
he's like a glitch
becoming
form.
Like a ghost, like the kids.
Yeah, it's like we call him Glitch Trap.
Who's we?
The fandom.
The fan base.
But Sergio, you called him Springtrap. Am I not to be mistaken?
Okay, yeah, there's Springtrap plus Trap.
No, Claptrap.
Okay,
slap that.
Hang on.
Bop that.
Hang on. Let me explain. All right, look. William Afton got into the golden Bonnie suit, but then it spring locked on him. Everyone now calls him Springtrap because of the spring traps that are keeping him in the suit. Mm-hmm. After a while, he became withered and destroyed, in which case his body could no longer handle it. So his consciousness got downloaded into some kind of digital mainframe where he became Glitch Trap because every time he shows up, there's a glitch.
Oh, fuck. So you're telling me he might come back in the sequel?
He is a literal glitch in the Matrix.
So he can come back in the sequel?
Maybe.
Oh, he always comes back. That's his whole catchphrase. That's his whole thing. That's his catchphrase.
Come back.
I always come back.
Afton's never dead. That's what Cassidy's whole thing is, trying to make him stay dead. Or continue to suffer. That's Cassidy's whole plan.
That's the blonde child, basically, in this movie. Like, they are so angry that they do not want him to leave. After all the kids basically pass on, Cassidy keeps him there to make him suffer. That's the whole point of Cassidy.
Yeah, because there's a end scene that shows, like, all of the, like, heads of the animatronics, all of the lights are out, and then all the way far in the distance you see Golden Freddy's head and the light's still on. Because they refuse to die because Afton's not fully dead yet. And they want him to suffer.
Okay.
And then in, like, a custom night, you at the end, if you defeat like all like the animatronics at the highest level, the highest difficulty, you see a cutscene of Golden Freddy glitch like twitching in the background where as you zoom in on him. That's basically Cassidy being so angry that they do not want Atham to leave or to be free. And there's like basically you just gotta watch like some of the game theories. There's a whole thing about it. Explain it way better than us, but basically Cassie is just like this vengeful spirit that does not want William Afton to die until they've suffered so much beyond any human capacity.
Because How messed up do you have to be going around killing kids and then stuffing them into animatronic suits? You gotta be a little messed up.
Oh yeah. Well, something's not clicking in your head.
Back and all that.
He's not fully there in the head.
A couple screws, a couple minor glitches, if you will. But
yeah, a little like spring loose in there, isn't there?
Everyone's quirky.
Brother, this guy stinks.
What he said.
All right. Well, I think we can wrap up this episode of Brick Wall Cinema for Five Nights at Freddy's. You can find me, Chance, on Instagram, X, Snapchat, Twitter, and others at Chance Theriot, ChanceTheriot. And where can I find you, Noise?
You can find me on Instagram at majesty_noise.
And what about you, Sergio?
Me, currently, right now, you can only find me right here on Brick Wall Cinema.
Nice. All right. Well, that's a wrap for today's episode. Have a cinematic day.